Real ones, I need y'all to know this. I love y'all. I love y'all. Okay. Because I put myself through some shit for y'all. Okay. I watch some things for y'all so I can report back to y'all and let y'all know what the hell is going on. Okay. I do that. Okay. I did that when it came to Deion Sanders, interview tour after he left Jackson State University. I did that when it came to Charleston White being on Cam Newton's platform. I watched that whole 3-hour interview so I can report back to y'all. And now I just watched the opening episodes of this new season of Coach Prime just to see what was going on so I can report back to y'all and let you know. And I'm here to tell y'all something's missing. Something was very obviously left out. And I'm going to tell y'all what it was. But before I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy first, and this is the realest. The realest. Most entertaining show in the game. Put it on something. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share, and put all of your people on, okay? So, yeah, so checked out the Coach Prime doc, at least the first 2 episodes. Don't think I'll be watching the rest of it, okay? Unless y'all ask me to, I suppose. I don't feel like I need to watch the rest of it. I watched all the games. I'm aware of what went on during the season. We know they finished 4-8 after having a spectacular September. Okay, we know all that. But I thought the doc was going to address how things ended at Jackson State. Because see, the previous season of the Coach Prime doc stopped like right after we won the SWAC championship, and then him telling the team, and then him getting on the plane and going to Boulder and everything. Okay. So it didn't cover the Celebration Bowl, our loss in the Celebration Bowl. It didn't cover the backlash from his move and some of the lies that were put out there. It didn't cover that. So I thought, okay, shoot, let me check this out. Hell, I thought I might have ended up in the damn documentary. I told my brothers I wouldn't be shocked if I get slammed in the documentary, okay? Because the video I did about it did great numbers. It was the biggest video in the history of put it on something. It's not the biggest video in the history of IG entertainment, okay? My biggest video in the history of IG entertainment got 6.7 million views, okay, on Instagram. Told y'all I don't just do this. That's why you got to follow me across all social media platforms. All right. But in terms of just put it on something, yeah, that we believe the bullshit. This is the biggest video in the history of our show thus far. Okay. Now, I'm not the only one who was critical. You had guys like Bo Money Jones, who was in big media. Uh, had a handful of others in big media. So I thought maybe he was going to address some of those things, address the Celebration Bowl loss. None of that shit. That shit was clearly skipped over. These motherfuckers made it seem like we at Jackson State went undefeated last year. And we did through the regular season, through the SWAC championship, but not the Celebration Bowl. But in the intro, they got Shador waving the flag and planting that bitch. And in the background, they talking about undefeated season, back-to-back SWAC champions at Jackson State. But that ain't what happened. That happened, but that ain't how it ended. Because how it ended made me look like a motherfucking fool. Because I had told everybody that would listen, book it. I told you we were going undefeated. And that shit made me look bad. Made me look bad, y'all. But that's not in there. That's not in there. Okay. And then in general, the rest of the show just much of what we already knew. Other than you get to see now some of the behind the scenes shit about Prime's struggles with his foot and his leg and everything like that. And I'll get to that momentarily, okay? Because they really showed that in episode 2. But in episode 1, they point out And only 10 damn players from that 1-11 team was on that Colorado team this year. 10 players, which is another reason why when folks were saying, oh, this was a 1-11 team, no, this was Deion Sanders' team. This was his team. This was not the 1-11 team from last year. Okay. Shit, Prime even said it himself. Okay. He when he was talking to the team, he said something like he was trying to motivate them, and he was kind of acting like, let's say one of them had some self-doubt, and one of them said something to this effect. Okay. He said, well, I don't know about that, man. We won one game last year. And then he stated, ain't no we. We wasn't all in here last year. So that wasn't the team that went 1-11. So the team that went 4-8 was indeed Coach Prime's team. Now, to be fair, you can argue that with all that turnover and all these guys just coming in the ultimate team sport, that yeah, those all his guys, but just having all those guys in there 1 year is still tough to get a team to jail and win. Okay, and that's fucking fair. That's fair. See how I'm being fair, and I shouldn't be fair to this motherfucker, especially with the new information I have. Again, I would pay big money to be able to tell y'all what I know, or have the person who knows the shit to come on and tell y'all his damn self, but I can't do it. But I'm still being fair, okay? And that's real. All that roster turnover, gotta get time to jail, okay? Cool. But let's stop with this bullshit about the 1-11 team. Them motherfuckers going on. They're going on either to the house, they focus on their academics, or they're going to another school. But them motherfuckers were not on Colorado, but on the Colorado Buffaloes this year. Okay. Now, on the second episode, we did get to see the man complication with his foot and leg and shit, that he had to have another surgery. So that was like his 12th surgery on the goddamn foot. But something struck me. And I don't know if the editing is what did this or what, but if they edited this way, if they edited the video this way, they are fucking wrong. The producers and the director, they fucking wrong. But if this is how this shit just was done, if this is just how the man said it, it's horrible. The AD came to check on Prime after the surgery, shit like that, and they asked him how he was doing. Prime told him how much pain he was in. Okay. And then this motherfucker said, hopefully by the end of the year, it'll all be eradicated and everything will be great. I want to win. What the fuck we talking about, dog? This man might lose his fucking limbs. And you sit up here talking about some, hopefully everything be all right, not for you and your family and your kids and everything, because I want to win. That show you. What can you do for me? What can you do for me? That's what the motherfucker's thinking. But he chose to do that. Okay. The video plays up the TCU win, which in real time, most of us thought that was a good win. Why? Because the folks in big media, they've been sucking, y'all. The folks in big media across the board been really, really doing a bad job. Okay. Because they are the ones that built TCU up as this great team. And they win the national championship last year. But now looking back, of course, hindsight 2020, okay, because they ended the season 5-7. But if I'm in big media and we cover this shit, if I'm ESPN, I'm the worldwide leader in sports, if I'm Fox Sports, and I invest all this money in sports coverage and shit like that, they should have known that team was trash. Because they had a lot of roster turnover. A lot of the motherfuckers that were on their team either went to the league or hit the transfer portal. So it just was crazy, man. That big media missed that like they did. Okay. But both of them, those teams, Colorado and TCU, were both new teams. Colorado ended 4-8. TCU ended up 5-7. So the game played out like it should have played out. A close game between two evenly matched teams. And that's what we got. Okay. But of course, they're playing that win up. And I guess this in real time They were real happy about that, as they should have been. Okay. But then the last thing that stuck with me, again, I got a third eye. I see shit differently. They had this white man on there, one of the coaches or analyst or something like that. He on the Colorado State. He said his name was Trevor Riley, and he talked about them being a band of renegades sticking it to the man. I could have sworn the man meant him. You feel me? I could have sworn the man meant them, man, like in Colorado. Shit be wild, man. Folks be saying, black folk, white folk, cross board, folk be saying goddamn anything. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they view themselves as outside of the power structure, and they are the underdogs in life and shit. I don't know. They the underdogs in sports, but sticking it to the man. I guess maybe the man in Alabama and Georgia and uh, Ohio State and them. Maybe that's the man. I don't know. But that just was interesting to me, given how everybody had been playing up Jackson State versus Colorado and what they got and what we ain't got and all that kind of shit. It was interesting to see that man call them renegades who are sticking it to the man. Okay. But outside of that, y'all, wasn't much going on. Okay. Like I said before, unless the realest ones, unless my channel members ask me to watch this shit, I probably won't be watching the rest of this shit. Okay. But I will say this. To those who are critical of me covering Colorado, because see, a motherfucker thought he was calling me out on Twitter because Charleston White got his little ass jumped on. And I said that shit made me smile. Why? Because that motherfucker tried to use us here in Jackson and Jackson State, tried to use us as a pawn for content. Because it's online. You can see it. The motherfucker said online. He said I need to go viral. So that's why I said fuck Deion. Cam Newton in that interview told y'all that off camera, the man said, man, I actually like Deion Sanders in that when them cameras come on, you got a different Charleston. Cam Newton said that himself during the interview. And Charleston White said himself, I don't give a fuck about black people. Okay. So yeah, I said I smile. I'm gonna do another segment about that. Yeah, make sure y'all watch that. But in response to me saying that, some motherfucker gonna say, well, Deion used y'all as a pawn and you still do segments about Colorado. And you motherfucking right, I do. And I've explained to y'all in the past why I do that. But I want to share it with y'all again. Okay. For any motherfucker out there that feels like that person that said that shit to me and anybody who goddamn like what that motherfucker said. Okay. I stated, one, like most, I'm interested in what happens there. Most people who like football are interested in what the fuck is going on. It's a story. It's intriguing. It intrigues me, especially since one that was my favorite football player growing up. The motherfucker just was the head coach at the school I went to to do some graduate work to get my goddamn teacher certification. Okay. Numerous players that I was cheering for the previous 2 years on the team. Fuck yeah, I'm intrigued by what the fuck go on out there. Okay. But this is the most important thing, too. My data shows that my viewers are interested in what happens in Colorado. I've given y'all a peek behind the curtains. I've let y'all see the data. The data shows me that this is what y'all want me to do. If this shit was strictly about what I'm interested in, put it on something would be a show all about Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, the Lakers, the Packers, the Las Vegas Aces, Jackson State. Okay. It'd be about Jackson State and Southern Miss. Okay. That's about it. Rap, certain rappers that I love, Tupac. It just be shows about that. Calling out white supremacy, I would still do that. It's just about shit that I want to talk about. But I can't remember last time I did a segment about the goddamn Green Bay Packers. Can't remember. I have to do all that kind of shit in shorts now. Because y'all don't want to see that shit. Y'all showing me. You don't click on it. So for me to do a segment on something, it has to cover two things. I have to feel some type of way about it. I have to be passionate about it. I have to be interested in it. And I have to feel like you motherfuckers gonna give a damn about it. Now, for some things, I overlook how y'all feel and still do it on it. Like Jackson State women's basketball. My data clearly shows that I should stop doing those segments. But I don't give a fuck about that because that seems like mission work. That's mission work. Me covering my Packers or my Lakers, that ain't no damn mission work. So I don't do it. Okay, but I don't stop there. 3. Like I said, I'm going to do a segment about Charleston White getting his ass jumped. I'm doing a segment about his ass too. So just like I do segment about Deion, I'm going to do a segment about that too. I don't just do segment about motherfuckers that I like. I don't. I've done segment about Donald Trump, Tate Reeves, Brett Favre. I grew up liking Brett Favre, but since he's been on this welfare scandal bullshit, I do the segments, but they don't be kind. So I ain't just got to like a motherfucker to do a segment on them. Shit. And also, unlike most, yeah, I might do a segment on this motherfucker, but I'm going to call him out on his bullshit. Most don't do that. And I'm fair to them, though. If they win a game, I talk about them winning the game. They won the game. If they lose, I talk about that. If he say some fuck shit, I say he said some fuck shit. If he says some real shit, I'll give him credit for the real shit. You feel me? So don't do me, dog. Especially don't do me in defense of a motherfucker that don't give a fuck about us. You understand? So I just wanted to put that out there so you understand the thoughts behind the person, behind the realest, most entertaining show in the game. And that is, put it on some.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.